The letter that never got mailed. This is a true American story about a letter and a porch light and a promise that took 80 years to come home. It starts in 1944 with a 17-year-old kid from South Boston named James Callahan. Everybody called him Jimmy. Red hair, freckles, the kind of smile that made you believe tomorrow was coming no matter what. The day after Pearl Harbor, he lied about his age and joined the Army. He kissed his ma on the cheek and said, "I'll be home by Christmas, Ma, promise." He never made it home for Christmas. Not in 1942, not in 1943, not in 1944. But the night of June 6, 1944, on Omaha Beach, after the ramp dropped and the world turned red around him, Jimmy sat in a bomb crater, shaking, smoking a Lucky Strike with fingers that wouldn't stop trembling, and wrote a letter he never got to mail. Dear Ma, Dad, Eileen, Tommy, Mickey, Rosie, and little Bridget. If you're reading this, I guess my luck finally ran out. Don't be mad at me. I always said I'd bring you guys something back from Paris. Tell Tommy the Germans don't drink Coke, so I owe him 2 cases when I get home. Ma, leave the porch light on. I'll find my way. I love you more than corned beef and cabbage, more than the Red Sox ever winning the series. Your son and brother. Jimmy. He folded that letter, put it in an oilskin pouch with his dog tags, and tucked it inside his shirt, right over his heart. 6 months later, in the frozen forest of Belgium, a German sniper put a bullet through that heart while Jimmy was dragging his buddy Tony Morty to safety. Tony lived. Jimmy didn't. The blood-soaked letter went into a warehouse in St. Louis and was forgotten for a while. 7 years later, Korea, 1951. That same Tony Morty, now a father who had never held his baby girl, lay dying in the mud of the punch bowl. As the light left his eyes, he kept whispering, "Tell Jimmy I paid him back. Tell him I paid the debt." A 19-year-old medic from Hawaii named Daniel Park held Tony's hand that night and took the photograph Tony carried, Jimmy's smiling face, the words on the back. "He gave me tomorrow. I owe him." Daniel carried that photograph home from Korea, then carried the debt. 59 years after that, Afghanistan, 2010. Daniel's grandson, Marine Sergeant First Class Daniel Park Jr., dragged his dying platoon Sergeant Marcus Washington into a ditch in Sangin. Marcus, 24 years old, father of twin girls, pressed a Ziploc bag into Daniel's hand. Inside was the same oilskin pouch, the same blood-stained letter, the same photograph. Marcus smiled through the blood and said, "The debt keeps moving forward until somebody carries it all the way home." Marcus died 10 minutes later. The letter came home with Daniel. Memorial Day morning, 2024, South Boston. A retired Marine in dress blues, metals clinking, limping up the steps of a tiny row house, knocks on the door. An 89-year-old woman opens it, tiny, fierce, eyes still ocean blue. Her name is Eileen, Jimmy's baby sister, the last one left who remembers the sound of his laugh. The Marine hands her the oilskin pouch. Her hands shake so badly she can't open it. He helps her. She reads the letter out loud, voice breaking, tears falling on paper that already carries her brother's blood from 80 years ago. When she reaches the words, "Ma, leave the porch light on, I'll find my way," she breaks completely. The Marine comes to attention, tears running down his own face, and says, "Ma'am, on behalf of Private First Class Anthony Morty, the man your brother saved in 1944. On behalf of my grandfather Daniel Park, the man Tony saved in 1951. And on behalf of Staff Sergeant Marcus Washington, who gave his life for me in 2010. The debt is paid. Jimmy made it home." Eileen grabs the Marine and holds him like he is every brother she ever lost. Outside, the South Boston Memorial Day parade marches by, bagpipes playing the same tune Jimmy marched to in 1942. She looks up at the porch light above her door. It's been burned out for decades. The Marine pulls a new bulb from his pocket, climbs on a crate, and screws it in. That night, For the first time since 1945, the Callahan porch light burns bright and steady. And somewhere, 3 American warriors who never met in life, Jimmy, Tony, and Marcus, stand a little taller. Because in this country, we don't leave our people behind. Not on the beaches of Normandy. Not in the frozen hills of Korea. Not in the dust of Helmand. Sometimes, by the stubborn love of brothers and the grace of God, we bring them home, even if it takes 80 years. The porch light stays on now. It always will. Welcome home, Jimmy. Job well done, soldier.